Hello everyone, it's Red with RedDragonLeo.com, and it is Tuesday, the 12th of April, 2011. We did have another down day today. It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4 days in a row, at least here, if you don't count this little black candle here, if you just count these right here. We certainly should be getting close to the end of this move before a decent little bounce. And then it's, we're still undecided on what is really going to happen here, whether it's going to be a inverted head and shoulders. We just don't know, with this being the left shoulder, then this your head, and this being the right shoulder. Then we go on up to the 138 print. We don't know at this point, because I still think that we're going to go down deeper. I don't see this as a one-legged down move. I definitely think we're going to get a second leg down after we take a bounce back up, but we haven't even had the bounce back up yet. So everything tells me that even if we go up a little bit tomorrow, we're going to end up going back down, and maybe tomorrow we flush everybody out, and then we have a decent little bounce for maybe either this is an A, B, C, or it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 way move down much lower down to here. I really don't know that yet. It will, we're just guessing at this. Looking at the charts here, the way it's rolling over, it almost looks like it's rolling over, and looks like it wants to put in just a few small histogram bars underneath here and then curl back up. It doesn't look to me like it's ready to just tank, if you know what I'm saying. So I do think it will go down a little here, because we are still curling over here, we're curling over here, but I think it's going to curl back up at some point, and we're going to put in a lower set of histogram bars right here, and only have a few days negative before it turns back up for this move back up, for whatever it's going to be, a B wave, a 2 wave. I don't know at this point yet, but I definitely think we're going to have at least 2 legs down here. So we should go 1, 2, 3 at least, and at least if that's the case, we should be coming down here. Probably this 1280 to 1290 area would be my likely best guess as to where it would end up going. You could draw a line here all the way across here, and that kind of gives you an idea. That puts you right at about, depends on where you hit it, anywhere between 1280 and 1290. Just draw a line of support right there, and these slope lines, for what I've noticed, sloped lines down or slope lines up, either way, they tend to hold more weight, I do believe, with the market than horizontal ones. While horizontal ones are still important, these sloped trend lines, I don't know, I've just noticed that the market respects them a lot more than the horizontal ones. They tend to pierce through the horizontal ones. So that would come in with this 100-day moving average as well, if it got down to that area, hit that area, and then we had a move on up to complete the inverted head and shoulders. That's a possibility, but let's just look for the short term for tomorrow. Tomorrow, looking at the 60-minute chart, it does look like it wants to come up here, but it did sell off there until the close. Maybe that was just a little bit of panic selling, profit taking, whatever. I still am leaning to believe that we're going to go up to the fake print because they threw it out there. I kind of get that feeling that we're going to go there, and it was at 132.50, I believe, so that's about 13.25. Now I know that's pretty steep up there to see, so we'll see, I guess, tomorrow morning whether or not that plays out, or if that was not a valid fake print. But that would obviously take most of the day, unless they gap it open. But I don't think they'll gap it open. If anything, just open up flat or slightly up. That's probably about all they do. and then slowly work this thing up until it gets a little bit overbought. It won't take much to go over here, but you know, once it does that, you know, at some point it's going to roll over. I don't know if it's going to go up here and go positive or not. I don't know. You can see that we are at negative 5.0 right here, and back over here we were at negative 10. So that kind of leads you to believe, when you couple that with how low the VIX still is, which is insane. The VIX really is well, let's see here. Let's look at Cobra's charts here. I thought was ridiculous how low the VIX is. So it's like there's still no fear in the market. So I read Cobra's blog, and I definitely agree with what he said, which was how high can a bounce go in the market when the VIX is already this low? You need to be able to have the VIX up really high so that you can push it down when you push the market up. So, you know, because they go inverse of each other. So you can't expect the market to get very much legs and to go very high with this VIX down very low like this. So that kind of leads you to believe that any move up is just a sellable bounce. You know, you short it. So if it gets up to that fake print of 132, I think it's 132.50. I posted it on the blog, of course, but or 132.49 something dot something. I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure it's I think rounded off to 132.50. So if we get up to that area by noon or something like that, I think that is a shorting opportunity, because this thing will, by that time, 60-minute bars, by that time it should approach zero and get ready to roll over. This here would curl up a little bit theoretically and then roll over. This is if we go up in the morning. There's nothing to say that this here candle right here doesn't just take us down in the morning. Maybe we open flat and just roll straight over and go on down. That's the possibility too. It did get up here and hit this 10-day extended moving average right here on the 60-minute chart, but the green one here is 1325, which is the 50, and that's kind of where I'm expecting it to hit because of the fake print, and also it just makes sense for it to get up to that point and then take a wave C down. So that would make sense, and in this case it would obviously break this bullish falling wedge and probably work its way back up here on the full stochastic, up in this 50 range, maybe up to 60 if it really got some momentum going. And this would curl up a little, and then it should just roll back over. Very similar to what it's done right here. Look at right here. Same thing. It curled up and went up. The market and the histograms, they got up, they went positive right here just for a little bit, and then it rolled back down and kept on going. And so that's kind of the scenario of what I'm thinking will play out tomorrow morning if we do not roll over instead of you know, because right now the market is up about 2 points in after hours, which is really nothing. So again, this one here is pretty low here at negative 5.0. Same scenario there. It needs to curl back up a little bit before it dips lower and equals this one, which I would guess that's about negative 7.5 here. So, you know, that would push this up a little bit. It should roll up a little bit. Whether it does in the morning or not, we'll see. But this should curl up in the morning, and I think it will, based upon the 5-minute chart and the 15-minute chart. The 15-minute chart here, you can see it's almost bottomed out here again on the selling on the full stochastic. It's got a little ways to go, but it could curl up at any time. You can see how deep it is at negative 4. It needs to work its way back up here, at least to the 0 mark, if not up to, you know, even up to this 2 area or 1 area. It needs to work its way back up. I know it looks like it's rolling over, but you got to also count how far down the MACD is, where it's coming from. So it's really wanting to push up, and so I would kind of expect it to kind of push up and put in a lower hump most of the day, put in that negative divergence and allow it to sell over into the later part of the day. And of course the 5-minute chart, I think, is pointing up to give the market support. And you can see how low it came from. It came from all the way -3 all the way up, curled back down, and then wants to come back up. So again, I'm still thinking that we're going to go up here and hit this one, I guess, right in this area here, 1325.50. So that'd be basically filling that gap. If it does that, we'll have to see. You know, if it sells off in the morning, then of course, then you're going to look for an exhaustion gap, and then for it to rally back in the afternoon, which is a possibility. It's, you know, it's hard to call this one right now. I'm you know, trying to say it's going to for sure go up in the morning. I really can't answer that. The charts lean towards that direction, that it would go up in the morning, but let's also keep in mind oil has a bear flag on it. And if it plays out tomorrow morning on a gap down on oil, then of course the market's going to go with it, and then that's it. And then it's wherever it goes at some point, it should be the end of this move down before it goes back up. So this first move back up could be a failed attempt. We could fall again, and then finally move up for a real move up. But I am still thinking that we'll have one more down day, and I think it will be tomorrow, kind of a flush out day, and because we need that VIX to pop. We really do need that VIX to pop, but I would like to see it go up a little bit in the morning and try to get close to this fake print. Maybe it doesn't quite reach it, but try to get up there to that area to give this 60 time to roll over, because that'll really get the momentum going, and we should have a nice C wave down, or a nice wave 3 to flush everyone out. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. I'm leaning about 60% on 60-40 on the move. In other words, I'm thinking 60% chance it's going to go up first, and a 40% chance that we, you know, gap down first and then try to run up. So but again, there's no way of knowing for sure which way it's going to go. Charts could go either way, but to me they look like they want to go up, and go up to this area, this line, and then roll over again until the close. So that's all I got for now, folks. And then I guess again we'll cover after that, after this flush out. Once we should have a nice little rally up, like I said, into next week. And let's keep our eye on the 19th and the 20th of next week, because those, again, according to the that video, is a critical date for the Illuminati to do some rituals and blow things up and cause earthquakes and you know, whatever disasters they can do to kill people like they like to do. And that could cause us to have a wave C down or a wave 3 down if you know, if this does bottom out tomorrow and works its way up into that time period. And that would be, you know, that could be the move down, depending on how bad it is, but it certainly could be a move down all the way down to here if it's really bad. Depends on what it is, but it might just be a move down to this 1280 level that I've been telling you about, which is very, very possible. So we could go up here a little bit and then fail and come right back down to 1280, and then go on up later on after that to that 138 fake print on the SPY, about 1388 on the SPX. All right, guys, that's it. Good luck, everyone.